Okay, we are back for another podcast with the lovely Roxanne Wilder. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, my
I'm
Tampa
surprised you're
babe.
leaving.
Yes. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Look at this. It's like I go out of the scene. Everybody needs to see this. Look. Okay. I go out of the scene and then all of a sudden oh, beautiful, right? And then all of a
Uh-huh.
sudden I sit down and it's like, oh my God, you look hideous. Let's make sure we turn you down.
What is going on? Stop it. No, you look
No.
beautiful.
I
But
bought an extra camera. I thought I set it up. Something I did was wrong. So just so you know, next one will be normal and pretty. So
it's
stick
okay.
with
I can
us.
still see you. You're just mood lighting. You're just, like a candlelight
Silly
dinner or
lady.
something. That's
Silly
funny. It
lady.
is.
Okay. So yes, I missed you, Roxanne. Thank you for getting together with me. I don't know what I would do without you.
Mhm.
So okay, that being said, we had our Valentine's Day and everything was great. But I wanted to talk to you about so many different things that are going on in my life, including Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively and the whole lawsuit that's happening right now.
Okay, there's so many angles to this. My husband first brought it to my attention because he likes to read all the celebrity gossip, even though he's a guy, he's into the gossip. And so he was like, Roxanne, have you been following this? Okay, so give me like the most juiciest important things to know. I know there's so many juicy things,
Yeah,
and
there
give
are.
me on whose side you're on. And
Okay.
I've got to tell you what I overall think about. I've got to find the correspondence to. Okay, continue. Go, take it
Okay.
away.
So as I say to my close friends, talk to me like I'm five. Explain it to me like I'm five, because you're not up to date on everything. So I'll
No.
make this short and sweet. So Blake Lively was hired to be an actress as the main actress on this movie called It Ends With Us. Okay.
And in
Justin
Justin Baldoni,
Baldoni is the director. He
yes.
had bought the rights to the book from the author 5 years previously. Now, this is a movie about domestic violence. Okay. You think it's going to be a love story, and it is a love story, but also there's domestic violence. That's what it's about. Anyway, so they hire Blake Lively. All of a sudden, something happens with shooting. She, after the movie has been put out, she basically is suing because Justin Baldoni allegedly was sexually harassing her while they shot the movie. That's what she's alleging. So when this lawsuit came out, there was also a huge article from the New York, the New York Magazine. I think that's the New York Times. Was it New York Times? I'll look that up. Anyway, so they had text messages where she was proving that he was being a weirdo. Okay, she's like breastfeeding. He's walking in on her. He's calling
So
her sexy.
the text messages prove this?
That's what she submitted to the website that they
Okay.
printed the article. Okay, so they had this whole thing written up, the whole thing about Justin Baldoni supporting Blake Lively, like a bombshell article about him and how weird he was. Okay, so I think it was maybe weeks later. Everybody's talking about it. It's all a buzz. Everybody's on Blake Lively's side. How could he have done all this? Boom! He files a lawsuit against the. I gotta look up the. It's in the New York. Hold on. I want to get this right. Let me see here. Justin Baldoni sue. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's the let's see here. Wayfair, civil rights. Sues New York Times. Here we go. Okay, so Justin Baldoni weeks later sues the New York Times, which is New York Times. I looked it up for $400 million for defamation. They wrote an entire article about him, allegedly, and printed up text messages that were all altered. Now, not only does he sue
Oh,
them for
so let
defamation,
me get this straight. She submitted altered text messages that they didn't verify and they just printed.
yes, exactly. That's exactly what happened. And he has every receipt known to man proving that she lied about every single allegation. The breastfeeding allegation, she invited him in the trailer. And there's
Oh
okay, calling him her sexy. She was calling an outfit sexy and how she wanted it to be sexy. She edited these text messages and they printed it, which is really stupid. And I mean, they're definitely going to have to settle out of court or out because they're just going to get their ass handed to them. That being said, Roxanne, it's going back and forth. Justin Baldoni's lawyers, like, we're not lying about this. As a matter of fact, since there's so many online sleuths and people just like me, moms that are like, whoa, what is going on about this? Because it reminds you of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. That we're just going to put out everything that we have on this case and publish it online for anybody that wants to follow the lawsuit. And we're going to publish it so everybody can see it.
Justin's team said this.
And it's submitted online. Boom. Yeah. And there was another lawsuit that was filed as well against Blake Lively. He's saying that she lied about certain things that to basically defame him so he can't work in the industry anymore. And then she's also being sued from another company. And it's just a mess. And she just did a sit down, she did a sit down interview about, I think it was a year ago for Forbes, where she blatantly talks about how she doesn't just want to be an actress. When she gets hired on, she wants to be an integral part on the design, helping film, the clothing. She wants to take over the movie. And essentially she did. So she's about to get, in my opinion, she's about to get her ass handed to her.
Okay, this is what cracks me up. I have to read the text message exchange, and this was in Baldoni's suit. He brought up this text message. So she talks about herself as Khaleesi. Did you see that in Game of Thrones? She refers to herself as Khaleesi, and she says, if you ever get around to watching Game of Thrones, you'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi, and like her, I happen to have a few dragons, for better or for worse, but usually better, because my dragons also protect those I fight for. So really, we all benefit from those gorgeous monsters of mine. You will too, I can promise you.
Yeah.
So talking about Ryan and Taylor, her husband, Taylor Swift. Okay. But here's my thing. These Hollywood people.
I know.
I roll. Is this really how you talk? Is this really what, I mean, like, get your head out of it.
She believes she's obviously a psychopath. Like, she believes, who says this, first of all? Second of all, about your best friend. Taylor's actually, I didn't know if it was 2 or 3 godparents to her kids, but it's at least 1. Okay. Right, Taylor Swift and her have been best friends for over a decade. And yeah. And then Ryan got involved, Roxanne, and he directed the balcony scene. And then she refused to show up to set halfway through, and the 17 issues were met. And then he didn't even get to make the final director's cut. It was hers. The movie that you can watch on Netflix right now, It Ends With Us, the ending is not even his. It's hers. Oh. They lost everything to her. She took over the entire movie.
How was she able to do that?
It was slow. It was a slow and go, and she never signed her contract. And then she kept asking for more things and wanting to be more into the design. And she was, I don't know if you know what the story is about. It's about a florist. And so this florist that's opening up her own business, she's wearing Valentino shoes. She's like, Blake wanted this to be like her Sex in the City. You know, there's going to be a sequel. There's multiple books, all this stuff. So and Taylor might be deposed, as a matter of fact, when it comes to this, because allegedly the composer, which is the music of the movie, he was let go allegedly because Taylor Swift and him didn't get along. So she came on board to help. And then they hired the composer from Deadpool instead. So her and Ryan seem to have like a little track record of just taking over movies that they're hired in. And the initial director of Deadpool, Roxanne, quit. And he went on record saying it was because Ryan wasn't listening and he was taking over the movie, and he's not going to be a director if he can't have the final say. And so they had to hire a new director, and Ryan took over Deadpool as well.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
Yep.
gosh. Okay. So this is a text message I'm reading between another text. Lively wrote to her co-star, "If you knew me in person longer, you'd have a sense of how flirty and yummy the ball busting will play. It is my love language, spicy and playfully bold, never with teeth." How embarrassing. Again, like, I mean, like, these,
Yeah.
like, you
I
just
think
think they're too
she
damn cool.
have you seen what Justin Baldoni looks like?
Yeah.
Justin Baldoni is fine. He is
Mhm.
so handsome and cute
Me
with his
too.
six-pack and all, and he's gorgeous. And he's
Me
better
too.
looking than Ryan Reynolds. What's
Yeah.
weird to me is Ryan, and I think age does have a little bit to do with this when it comes to a
Mhm.
man. Ryan, you are about to turn 50 years old. What are you doing? Like, where is the maturity here? You can have your own franchise. I think he's worth $600 million. He owns multiple businesses. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't understand
Right.
why. So there, you kind of have to think about the psychology here a little bit. I think he was in his 30s when he met Blake, and she was 23. And guess what? They fell in love, boom, started having kids, babies.
Yeah.
So she just gave birth to her fourth kid. She hasn't been acting a lot. I think now she got the itch. You know, you've acted
Right.
before. You kind of get the itch. You want to get back into it, have your own thing.
Mhm.
Well,
Mhm.
she said there was like text messages between her and her girlfriends, and it's alleged that she said she wanted to be the next Selena Gomez. She wanted to have her own beauty line. She wants to have her own
Oh,
alcohol line. She wants to have her own movies and stuff like that, which is great when it's natural. When you're
right.
promoting a movie about domestic violence and you're starting
Not
a hair care company,
this
you
is
know,
all making sense.
this
Yeah.
it doesn't line up. Also, Roxanne, you have written books. You enjoy reading. Blake never read the book.
What? What?
Never read the book, just the script.
Oh my
And I think one of the
God.
worst parts were on the red carpet for the debut of the movie.
Yeah.
Justin was not allowed to be there. They kept him in a basement with all the fans.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
That's just cruel. Okay, so this is another one of my favorite. I just keep going back to these texts because I can't get enough. This is Ryan. Did you read this one? I'm sure you did.
No.
This is Ryan texting Justin. He said, "I'm excited for you." This is like Justin's defense. This is Justin saying, "See, they did like me. We did get along. So Ryan said, "I'm excited for you to work together. I'm excited for Blake to crack open her creative piggy bank with someone as dynamic as you. This is going to be incredible. I happen to adore you, Justin." These people talk to each other so
It
weird.
is weird. And here's what I see just from listening to, I mean,
Mhm.
I'm all invested. I probably have a problem myself. So
No,
about this, because I get really invested in trials like that, like
yeah,
this. I'm like, how could you ever treat another human being like this? Um, I don't know if you've ever been with somebody that is a love bomber. I think
yeah, yes.
Ryan and Blake love bomb so they can take people out and away from them. And that's pretty much what they did with several
Oh,
the co-stars. One of the co-stars was seen at the Super Bowl basically with Taylor Swift. You know, they like give them acting roles so that they
mhm.
side with them and they took them away from Justin Baldoni. So he was left alone. Nobody liked him anymore. Everybody was siding with Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
And they love bombed him in the beginning,
Mm.
obviously.
Yes,
You
not
know,
knowing that he was going to be taken advantage of.
I've always heard of that term love bombing, and I've been out of the dating world long enough that I don't have to deal with that, thankfully. So I've never really grasped it because I can't really say that, people have done that in the past to me because I think it is more of like a text message sort of.
Yeah,
It goes hand in hand with the seduction, like sending someone all these text messages how great they are. That's exactly what they did to him. I see clearly what love bombing is through their
yeah.
behavior.
It's like a dopamine hit constantly,
Mhm.
constantly,
Yes.
constantly, constantly.
Yes.
So yeah,
Wow.
that's I'm just all invested with it. Yeah, so I think that they're just gonna have to settle. I would be shocked if it went to trial. I really want it to go to trial. I can't wait to see if it goes to trial because I'm gonna be watching it every single day. like I was the Johnny Depp
Yeah.
Amber Heard thing. And have you even heard from Amber Heard ever again after that?
No.
So
You're
my
you're
yeah,
Hollywood reporter.
yeah, my speculation is like Blake Lively's done. What director is going to hire her so she can take over the film?
And it started off where it looked like Justin was going to be done. And Justin was this up and comer with this popular podcast. Looked like he was going to be done, but now the tables have turned.
Yeah.
Can I share something with you before we wrap up?
Please.
I have a surprise for you. Next time I see you, I have a book for you.
Oh my God. What is it? What is it? What is it?
It's called Imperfect 10. And it's a psychological thriller. It's a sexy psychological thriller. And so I have to see you soon to give it to you, but I have to show you on page 345.
Okay.
The question is the interview with the author. By the way, this book is called Imperfect 10, Sabrina Simon. That's me. It's
your book.
It's a pen name. It's my book.
Oh my
Who
gosh.
would you like to send special thanks to for helping you and encouraging you with your novel? Blah, 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 blah. And then we get not blah, blah, blah. That's
I know.
Heartfelt. Then it said, I'm blessed with so many friends who support my dreams. What more could you ask for? Strong, fearless women. Meredith and Christy. So,
oh my God. I just had goosebumps and my nipples got hard all at the same time. My name is in print in a book, Dad. Be proud of me, okay? I'm gonna cry. That's so sweet. I love you so much. That is like so generous and thoughtful, and I had no idea. I'm completely shocked. Wow, that is the sweetest gift I have like ever been given from another woman. I swear to God.
Good. I'm glad you like it.
Well, now I have to read the book.
Yeah, you have to. What are you gonna blink lively it and wait until you watch the movie?
Oh my God, Roxanne, that book was so good. No, I can't wait to read it. How much does it cost? Do you want me to Venmo you some money?
No, I have one for you.
Can people buy it? Where do they buy it?
Yeah, they Amazon and where all books are sold.
Okay, that's good. That's awesome. Oh, I'm so excited. I mean, I can buy it. You don't have to give it. Oh, can you sign it for me? I want you to sign it for me.
That's what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sign it officially, Roxanne, AKA,
Are you going to do a book signing? Like, I know you are?
This is like a soft launch because the Kindle isn't out yet.
Yeah.
The ebook version isn't ready yet. So all that's available, and a lot of people read ebooks. They don't read this.
Yeah.
So I'm an old
Are you going to do an audiobook?
Yeah, I want to eventually, but there are some great, good sexy scenes in here for you. It delivers the premise. Next time we talk, I'll give you a little bit more backstory.
Okay, that's great. Okay, first of all, so proud of you. What number book? You've written books before. How many is this now?
I wrote one. This is my second. The first book was Chick Lit. Okay. And this book is, it's.
That's right up my alley. I love all that kind of stuff, and I like spicy books. Since we do have one more minute left over, it's about books and spicy books. I don't know if I told you this, but I got a freaking crazy call from one of my girlfriends last week. She goes, oh my God, the principal just called me about my daughter. I'm like, what happened? And she goes, my daughter took my spicy book to school and she started reading it to all of her friends in the cafeteria.
How old is she?
I think now she's like 9, 10.
Oh my God.
And she goes to private school.
Oh my gosh. That conversation, I am cringing. So I don't know your girlfriend, but I'm so embarrassed for her.
Yeah. So I was. But then after the shock left, I was like, you know what? I hated reading growing up. I love it now. But there was a long time where I hated reading because they were giving me boring books and it was forced on me. Finally, I started picking up spicy books and, fantasy books, and I'm all into it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I told her, I go, unpopular opinion, you do what you want. I think you should let her finish it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And here's why. I asked her the spice level, and she's like, it's not that spicy. She's like, 10 being the highest, it's a 5. And I go, okay. I would let her just finish the book because we want to encourage reading, first of all. Second of all, I have to sit down with her and be like, was there anything interesting you found in the book?
Wait, she's 9?
She's 9 to 10. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. It's like a 5. Okay. This is coming from somebody that I hated reading. Hated it. Okay. So my second thing is sit down with your daughter and be like, she's only halfway through it now. She's halfway through the book. She's already experienced a lot of the book. Okay. So it's like, sit down with her and be like, what was some of your favorite parts of the book? What did you find most interesting? And then she'll answer, and then you can deep dive there if you want. The second question is, do you have any questions about anything that you read? Because you don't want the misinformation at school about the sexual stuff, and kids don't know what they're talking about, and then they're making stuff up. You want her to be educated from you, the mommy. And anyway, my opinion is I would let her read it.
So funny you should say that, because I am like, Roxanne, how much counseling are your children going to be seeking when they find out their mother is this person?
Love it. I'm so freaking proud of you.
Nobody wants to hear about their mom. No one wants to think those thoughts are in their mom's head, right?
Why?
I don't know, but I will say my mom edited this book. She's an English teacher, so she edited it. So she read all of it. So,
Okay. I'm excited. Thank you so much, first of all, for giving me a book that I know I'm going to love. And I can't believe you put my name in there. That's so sweet and thoughtful. And thank you again. Seriously. Yeah. Now, we got to hide our books from our kids.
Do not let your children get a hold of this.
I need to lock these books up with other things in my nightstand.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. With everything else in.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.